That was his crew.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I was part of the alumni. Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish that had came into fruition. Tell me about, the extent of your relationship with Rob after Bad Boy. Y'all continue to like work together, exist together, do music. It was
Live
y'all
together.
relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, live together. Struggle. Try to figure out things together. You know, just trying to get back on track. Just in life, we did all of that. Whatever we do as men, especially in these times, we try to make sure all our friendships are conducive, or they bring about some kind of difference or change. So our friendship was about change and difference, and
All
not complaining about we already done spilled all the milk. We ain't crying about it. We moving on. That's doing better, healing, learning, forgiving, just all of that kind of stuff. Our friendship was different. It was friends. It was friends, real genuine friends. It was not just. It was me, Rob, Wop, June, Jay Reed. It's a circle of us. It was just all of us that took care of each other. Those are my friends. Like even today with this going on, I want to talk. Just it's not that even nothing about what we saying is more important than what we have at hand. So I would just talk with you just because I wanted to, but other than that, I wouldn't even grant nobody a wish to talk right now because I'd be like, it ain't nothing to talk about. We just trying to make sure the brother is resting in peace.
right.
So yeah, that's my good friend.
For the sake of his legacy, I want you to clear something up for me.
Hmm.
There's something that I feel is misinformation on the internet about him being homeless. Can you explain to people here that Black Rob was never homeless?
Homeless is a harsh word. And that's something that if somebody's homeless and you know them and you're in the position to help them make a change, then they're not homeless no more. They're just thankful and luckily they found you. So Black Rob is not the kind of person that if you saw in the streets, you'd be like, oh, I'll see you later, Rob, tomorrow on the same corner. He like, yo, you homeless, my home is your home. My casa, your casa. So hard homeless versus not having a stable place of his own is different. But homeless is a little harsh. He just didn't have a place of his own. He didn't have a place, he makes enough money. If everything was channeled into his account right, he would be all right. He can afford the average man's living, but unfortunately he fell upon a few hard times. But we all fall down, but we get up. We don't look at a man and say, he's down. Everybody falls. He ain't fall and cry about it. He fall and got up every time.
Right.
He wasn't hurt. He wasn't sick and gave up. He kept fighting. He had fight in him. He's strong. Like what I see is the same person I see when I see him on stage, and I be like, damn, this dude is a beast, yo. He's strong. We can go all the way from this to that in 1 minute.
Right.
And he on point. He was like that. Like that's how I seen him all the way through those last days of his. I just seen strength. I didn't see no weakness in him at all.
Okay, so not to cut you off. So he did spend his final days with you guys?
It's me and a lady named Queen. I was with him. Yep, he spent his final days with us, and he spent down to his final moments, and it's just much that there's so much going on that I think that it'll just be best to. I don't want to, I love him. And
Let me ask you something. I see on the internet, everybody has their opinions, based on projection and perception, right?
right.
And a lot of people, I believe, a lot of people have this perception that Huffy, Diddy is to blame for Black Rob's condition. That peace, Hakeem Green. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, Hakeem in the building.
What up, Hop?
That don't make a lot of.
Yo, you know, because a lot of people will be like, because Curry, you know, you say this, Wemby, you know, I'm just, yeah.
All right. What did we leave off at?
No,
Okay, we got past you cleared up the fact of the part about him being homeless.
right.
So, okay, you cleared that up. Secondly, you said that you were with him in his final days. I didn't want to jump all the way to that yet. The Diddy thing. The Diddy thing. Some people there's this perception amongst the populace that Black Rob's condition, his physical appearance, Diddy is to blame for this. Can you give me some? It sounds ridiculous to me.
Yeah, because you know, I'm not here to defend anyone or anything like that. His condition, his mind state was all like, we laughed, we had fun. I didn't see no weakness in Rob. Like, I knew he was sick, but sickness is not something, I don't think sickness is something that somebody else can really push off on you like that. You know, it's deeper than, you know, stress is one thing, but, you know, stress is something that we all go through. It's something, it wasn't something that's breaking them. So,
right.
You know, how I say is, you know, again, in his days, it was just representing strength, man. I wish, you know, that I'm as strong as him and at my time like that. Like, I wish I could handle it and be the great person and still be able to stomach everything and take it the way that he took it. Man, he's, you know, I as a champ, I give it to him. You know, like, and, you know, it's not about Diddy, you know, it's not about me and Diddy. It's not about, you know, it's about Rob. I'm sure Diddy pulled together to do what he needed to do. I pulled together to do what I needed to do. Whether the world want to talk, whatever they want to talk about, it don't really matter because it's not.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
Because I got to make sure I get the details.
Yeah.
So there has been contact with Diddy. He has interjected on this whole matter.
And not just with me. He was already in contact with other friends of mine, other close friends of me and Rob's. So they were in talking already. And then when it finally came down to it, when it was only me and him had a little light conversation, because, you know, right now it's not about us even being upset or whatever people may think is whatever. It's about Rob. It's nothing personal. I can't hate so much that I can't let him know what's going on with Rob or what, you know, what are we going to do? Because at that time I'm confused. I'm trying to what I'm going to do. Like, no matter if I'm going to need you, you know, I needed him at that time, at that moment. And we, you know, we needed to come together to do what we needed to do. And it didn't have nothing to do with nobody else, you know, with 50, and it had nothing to do with Jay or none of them. It had something to do with what we needed to do for our brother, and that's the only thing we focused on. That's the only thing we focused on. Like,
you know, you got a philosophical way of speaking, and we got to dig to the root. So what you're saying is he showed up, and he has been of assistance. He came to your aid, to your brother's aid.
Definitely. And then what I'm also understanding, so people can understand, you know, if I'm not mistaken, and you know, in his, just because he was worked with Diddy in agreement through whatever agreements it may have been, I think that was already understood that any event something like this would happen. I don't know if it's just Rob, but I think any bad boy artist, or, you know, that maybe you're gonna get taken. It ain't nobody great to watch your family struggle. You know, me, I don't know, but, you know, I'm not tripping. But ain't nobody great. I'm not great to sit back and watch a man struggle or his family struggle, especially at burial time. We gonna go out the way Woe came in. We gonna go out big. So He going
Right.
just as big of an outro as he had as an intro.
I commend y'all for that. Carry him out in a celebratory manner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Straight up. The record was bigger than life, and it makes me. So you definitely you had a chance to communicate with Puff. That was your first time talking to him since what your book since you left Bad Boy.
Yeah, that's our first time talking, but you know, the purpose for us talking was bigger than the problem. So with me and I, you know, so it's really like we gonna have to talk. It's just only us, like.
No doubt, no
You
doubt. Let me ask you something. There's something I had a personal problem with. Not because I knew Black Rob, but because I knew you. I seen people I seen people establish GoFundMe situations in Black Rob's name, launch GoFundMe situations in Black Rob's name. In
know,
my personal opinion, it is that um, I don't know, the GoFundMe platform probably is effective at times, but I felt that it made Black Rob look like he was in a bad situation. I felt that it made his brand look bad, and the fact that you
exactly.
guys didn't start it, the fact that you guys didn't start the GoFundMe page, I thought people were kind of like jumping the gun. Whatever the case, there was GoFundMe accounts established in Black Rob's name. Can you
Right.
give me some insight on the authenticity of Black Rob's GoFundMe situation? Who's involved with this, and do you co-sign it?
Now, whoever had a GoFundMe page, if it was real, they contacted me and they asked me, Curry, is it all right if I have a GoFundMe page? I said, listen, let me talk to Rob. So I talked to Rob. I'm like, yo, your fans. It was a little weird because he was like, he didn't want them like that. He didn't want it. But then after the fans come together and say, you know what, it's not about even what you want. This is what we came up for you. So it's not like they're giving it to you because you homeless or because you don't, you know, they're giving it to you because they're in support of you. They're your fans. It's loyalty
Right.
involved in that. So that was I didn't start it, but once it was started, the people who did start it, they was like, we trust, you know, not everybody, but one Mike Zombie, he was like, yo, I trust you enough to make sure that I know that if I give it something to you for Rob, that you gonna get it to him. And I was like, yo, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? You give me anything for him, I'm getting it to him. Man, and that's
Okay.
a go. You know what I mean? I know how to get it to him too. Like, not everybody can do that. You know, I know what to do.
Right.
You know,
All right. In a prior conversation we had earlier, you was explaining to me that there was different people in high places in the music industry that reached out in support of Black Rob. Do you care to share it?
a lot of people reached out. One of the most important people that I think really at that time made Rob happy was Styles P.
Styles?
Yeah, Styles, and he sent him a lot of herbs and everything. Rob felt real good about that. To just talk to Styles, Rob felt good. You know, so that to me, and no matter nobody that other than Styles, that other people may have reached, but if I didn't really talk to him and had no connection to him, it didn't mean as much to me as when Styles called and when he
No doubt.
was talking to Styles. That's when and what it made him feel like that. That's what I really liked. I
All right.
like Styles the way he did that. Yo, shout out to
All
Styles.
right. Shout out to Styles P. All right, you know we got to start digging now because there's been some monkey. It's been brought to my attention that first the video of him, the video of Black Rob in the hospital. How do you feel about that? I thought that was a terrible decision.
Now,
I thought it was bad that it was filmed, and I thought it was bad that it was projected to the internet. What do you think about that whole situation and how you feel about it?
I speak on it in terms of something that I did once. And it was on my homeboy Punch from LA. He was going through his sickness and he was on his last days, and I took a picture of him inside his and when I went to visit him, and then I posted it, and his family called me and was like, listen, just because we still trying to be strong about this situation, can you please take that picture down, because it's not the way that we want to remember him. It's not how we don't want the world to even remember him like that. And when they said that to me, I was like, I feel a little crazy. Yeah, that's when I'm like, social media ain't for everything. So I took it down, and after that, I was like, you know what? I understood it. And that's one of those things I would have been like, yo, me myself, I wouldn't have never. That's that's our business. Man, you going through sickness, that's our business, man. We can go put it out in the world, but we don't need the world to know. We know who to call if we really need to really call somebody, and Rob know who to call when he need to call somebody. He ain't never had to had people really turn ears to him when he was called. He ain't never had that. So we didn't really had to take it to that level to we feeling like we need help like that. We needed assistance.
The video initially was, I believe, posted by a gentleman by the name of Kyle Dawson, who was he was kind of in the news. He was on Vlad TV. He had a situation. He gave up some false information about 50 Cent, but that's who posted the video. Mm-hmm. I never met the brother, but he was announced to me as Funny Style. Like, he got some bullshit. Do you know this gentleman that filmed Black Rob in the hospital?
Yeah, I met Cal, but again, at this time, I don't want to go back and forth. Like, what's done is done. What's brought to the light has been brought to the light. We just having to deal with what the after effect is. So, what I know who he is, but again, that's not something I think I wouldn't have put my brother out there. I wouldn't have, I can't say me, and but for him, and how, if he can live with it and he's his own man, then I really can't. He has to deal with that. He has to. I don't have to pass judgment. I don't have to say. I'm just sit back and just say, hey, man, every man carries his own cross. They have to carry their own burden. So that's just what he wanted to do. I can't get mad at him at that. But what I learned is you got to be more careful about the people you have around, because when people are like, if I'm around you and I love you, I ain't going to let everybody see you at your weakest moments like that. I'm going to tell people you strong. That's when I stepped in, just because I want the world to know Rob is a strong person, like the strong person we always knew him as. So we ain't ready to just sit here and look at him like he hurt. He just because they may not have knew how to call me when they had Rob with him, don't know that Rob didn't know how to call me. It was just like he thought maybe he with y'all and y'all holding him down or whatever. But if it ever came down to it and whatever, the same way it happened when it happened, we coming for you. We coming for Rob. We gonna be there for him. We're not gonna let him fall.
Okay, so let me read between the line a little bit. Once the video was released to the public, of course, there was a reactionary gesture y'all went to see about him.
Rob, no. Rob, we already knew Rob was here. I already knew. I told the promoters when he came down here, once he come down, he ain't going back. He ain't gonna want to. I know him. You know him.
So all of this, hold on, Mark. So this whole period, let's say recent Black Rob, has been all situated in Atlanta. All this latest is going on in Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's where, Rob always wanted to live here. That's what he always wanted to be here. So if he get close to Atlanta, he want to be here. He like it. I guess he felt happy.
Right.
I felt happy he was here because it felt good to have him here. Always. But
so what exactly, if you don't mind disclosing, to your knowledge, to your understanding, what exactly was the ailment that took Black Rob's life?
He had missed. He was out here since All-Star, and he ain't been to dialysis since All-Star. Something like that.
Since the All-Star weekend.
Yeah. So he's somebody who go to dialysis, I think, maybe 3 times a week. So he missed dialysis for all of that time.
What's that, like a month, 2 months?
Wow. It was a while.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, someone who needs dialysis, if they not getting a proper treatment, would that lead to the, stroke, shit like that?
Yeah, it leads to your body organs giving up, things like that. Blood not circulating, things like that. And it was diabetes, and it's something that was hereditary with him. So it's something that existed in his family. So, hey man, I can't even. I just remember, man, like he's just a strong dude, bro. Like he's strong, man. I just don't want nobody, or I don't even want to look at him like he ever was not taken care of. Even though it may seem, or even though no matter what nobody think, no matter what, he ain't. Homeless is harsh.
I thought that was a very harsh word. That says something about a man not taking care of his responsibilities as a man when you say something like that. And not only not knowing Black Rob, I know y'all, and I know y'all straight. I just didn't. I knew that was some bull. I don't know who chose to use those words. Me knowing you on a personal level, I knew that it wasn't right. I knew it wasn't right.
I got June. I got Jay Reed. He got plenty of house. He got WAP. He got plenty of friends. He can go and sleep on every other couch for 3 days at a time and still have 4 months worth of a place to stay. Even with the people he may have been with, he could. It's not like where he was speaking from behind under a roof. You understand? So it's like, really, if he under a roof and he's speaking, he not in the street, he under a roof. That means if we recording him and he under a roof, that means we together. Like he with me, I'm holding him down. Homeless is when I gave up on you. I be like, no, I gave up on you. I no longer go through it. So here it is. This is where you at. So homeless is almost like a word to describe after we all gave up.
Yeah, that's a final destination.
Yeah, we gave up. Nobody said we gave up. So until we say we gave up, we ain't give up. But I'm not mad at anybody for what they say, what they do. At the end of the day, the victory don't belong to me. The victory, God's, man. Rob has a beautiful story to tell about life. That story is never going to be tarnished. Even if he was homeless, he might be the greatest homeless person in the world. I'm not going to look at it like it was still negative. Like, he still was strong. Some people is homeless by choice. I know some homeless people that be like, you know what? I feel like when I go outside, the world is my home. So I don't feel homeless. Sometimes you got to know, even homeless people, they happy. Homeless people stupid. Homeless people can teach you something. Homeless ain't something that's up. Some people want to be homeless. Some people just don't want to pay bills. That's just their thing. They happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault them for that. But I look down on people who don't have, because as fast as you think you got something, it can be gone. So that's not it. It just be like, yo, you know what? For somebody who did he got enough money coming to him in royalties, even on the next drop, that he can figure out something to do.
So Black Rob still get compensated from the record woe?
Whatever he had going on with child support, a lot of his money, but he still got a check, a little check. It wasn't as healthy as if he didn't have all of the children and things, but it was enough for him to get by, but not enough to do everything. If that.
So why is there a misconception, obviously, that Puffy B. Rob, these guys are leaving them destitute, on drugs, and homeless?
Mm-hmm. With Rob, I just knew and there ain't no protection. Them coming up to say nobody, like again, this, but how we talking, I'm only talking with you. You know what I mean? But I'd be like, I don't even owe no talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But to you, it's just, you know, like, let's say if you a rich person, you a rich dude, you done did well, and then you got child support that's taking all of the money from you that you earning damn near, but you did well, but child support is still taking all your money. You a famous dude, but you don't have the money to go with it. So that leaves you with no other resort but to just be like what Rob was like. So a lot of the times when you seen him in the tabloids doing this, that was just because what he had to do. Ain't nobody, it ain't because he ain't had no money. It was just decisions that we make in life. You know, sometimes those come back. It's women that we deal with, friends that we deal with. Sometimes they come back to bite you. But it's just a part of life. We live and we Rob grew. He was no longer, not saying that I ever remember him doing it. He never sat back and was waiting. He just kept being Rob, kept doing what kept, you know, doing what, you know, I ain't never seen him stop.